and I'm here to announce that the garage is always open. I'm talking about garage beer. Light beer, like it used to be. How refreshing. I believe my good friend Jason Kelsey even described garage beer as beer-flavored beer. There's a guy who knows beer. Find yours at drinkgaragebeer.com. Remember, the garage is always open.
Join host Paul Domowitch and Paul Jolovitz this and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. for the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken. Join the pause as they'll have a different Eagles alumni guest each week and break down the team's upcoming matchup. It's the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM.
You're listening to 1490 WBCB and on your FM dial at 107.3 W297CL Levittown.
Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
To do a little racing.
And we're here for another episode of Wide Open Wednesday. Here are your hosts, Nick Leach and Fred Fletcher.
Good afternoon, everybody. We got Fletcher swag. Ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get your T-shirts.
Get T-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts.
Yep, because when he starts winning, they're going to be expensive, okay? You get in on the bottom floor. When he starts getting famous, because I'm going to make him famous, that stuff's going to be real expensive. Also, look what else we got. We got stickers. Wide Open Wednesday stickers. And let us know. I hear a little buzzing in the background. Let me know if that messes up the Facebook Live deal. If it does, we'll just end the Facebook Live because I wouldn't want to hear that buzzing through the whole broadcast. So
it's not that bad, though.
Let us know. It ain't as bad as it was before, I don't think. Matt said it sounds good, so we'll see.
Okay. Matt says it's good. It's good.
Yeah, if Matt says it's good. It's good. It's clean. It's good. So today we got a couple callers already on the line, and today we got a show today that we're going to basically do a Wall Stadium roundup. We haven't had anybody from Wall on this show, so we're going to do some Wall Stadium stuff, and we're going to have Earl Krause is going to call in, and some drivers from Wall Stadium, which is going to be pretty cool, right, Frank?
Yeah, so I think Earl's already hanging for us.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Earl's always number one.
Yeah, Earl's always number one. Either it be on Wednesday or Thursday, it doesn't matter. Earl, and I was talking to Earl.
Unless his wife is around, then he's number two.
Well,
so
we're all number two.
I met his wife last week. She's
I'm only the boss when she ain't around. Yeah, I talked to Earl today. I told him what we were thinking about doing with the nostalgia thing. Once the studio opens, I figure we get him and Mark Gable together, and you and I and Warren Olson have a round table thing. I like that thing that Tony Stewart does. The Racers Round Table. I think it's a neat concept.
Yeah, at our studio, we got an old ESPN table we'll sit around on.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really cool. Really nice table.
All right, well, bring Earl in.
Let's bring Earl on.
So we can mess with Earl a little bit.
He's up.
Earl?
Hey, gentlemen, good evening.
Hello, Earl. How are you today?
Wide Open Wednesday.
It's wide open.
Swag there for the Fletcher's Garage number C141. That sounds great because my wife Pam and I saw that car up close and personal at Fred's Garage last week. It's really nice.
Thank you. And we got shirts for you.
Well, now you can get up close and personal and wear them on your back, and people will throw stuff at you when you're walking down through the grandstand. Nah, Fred's a good dude.
A walking billboard.
Yes, exactly. Guy like me is 2 billboards walking. So, but Earl, we appreciate you being on tonight. Of course, we miss you when you don't call, and you've gotten us some special guests that are going to come on the show tonight. Ryan's already waiting in the wings. Tell us what you brought to the program today, Earl.
Well, Ryan Coulthaw, he is our 2023 Legend Car champion at Wall Stadium. Really impressive young man, as you'll see when you interview him. Quick background, he began his career racing quarter midgets at the Little Wall Garden State Quarter Midget track. Advanced from there in his early teens to Legend Car racing, driving a car that fielded by his father, Warren Coulthaw III. And as soon as he was old enough to race in New Jersey, because he couldn't race here at Wall
right.
For a couple years until he was 16,
Wow.
Started racing with us at the end of the 2022 season, right around September, and began full-time in 2023, won on opening night, and went on to win the championship. And as he'll explain to you, this year he took on a new challenge, driving down south, North Carolina, driving for his uncle, Doug Walcott, who was a former stadium standout driver, won many modified features.
Yep, I remember
and also
him.
crew chiefed on the NASCAR truck series. And Ryan's been driving for his uncle, doing very well. And again, as he'll explain in his interview, had a little rough time of it, last month, which he'll fill in. But came back to Wall Stadium this year. He's been running on a limited basis with us in the Legend car, won a feature. And he's a driver who has a great career ahead of him, and from a very, very fine family as well. So you'll enjoy chatting with him. We also have Andrew Krause, who was our season champion at Wall Stadium this year, won his 4th modified championship at Wall Stadium. And we're going to also have Buddy Slode, who was the ATQ MRA Touring TQ Midget Champion from this past season. That was his 3rd title with the TQs.
Mm-hmm.
Wall Stadium has a separate point race within a point race, along with the TQs running their actual touring series. When they race at Wall Stadium, they have the Hammer Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration Wall Shootout Series.
Okay.
So Buddy Slode was the Wall Stadium champion for the TQs, as well as the overall series champion. So there'll be some interesting discussion tonight about Wall Stadium as we prepare for Turkey Derby on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, and everybody knows that that's one of them races that you mark down on your calendar. Everybody goes to the 76er at Grandview, the Coal Cracker at Big Diamond, the big races at Bridgeport, the race that was just at New Egypt, and everybody goes to the Turkey Derby. If you haven't went to the Turkey Derby, there's something wrong with you. Everybody, you mark it down on your calendar. Everybody goes to the Turkey
Be careful,
Derby.
there's something wrong with me because I won't be able to make it.
Well, you have a reason why you're not going to make it. If you weren't doing Hot Rod Santa, we would be there together doing what we're doing. But we may make it Friday, so we'll see what happens with our schedule, and we may make it Friday. But Earl, we appreciate you doing that for us, getting us all this information about the guys that we're going to have. We got Ryan waiting in the wings. I know you're going to call in tomorrow, and you can let us know how we do with your drivers.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
All right, Earl, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, guys. Take care.
All right, Earl, thank you. And that was Earl Krause. Of course, Earl, what can you say about Earl? He has a lot of nostalgia. He knows all about it. And we're going to get Earl fully involved when we get our studio up and running.
Yep.
Fred, that's going to be a cool deal. Plus, we have Mark, who's into all that kind of stuff too. Mark Yapel, we're going to have him in studio with us. But now we're going to bring Ryan on with us, and we're going to talk to Ryan. Ryan, you just got a big build-up from Earl Krause, Mr. Coolthaw, and he gave us all the stats on you and everything that you've done. You're a rising star in the asphalt ranks, man. You're doing very well.
No, yeah, it's first off, I just want to say it's an honor of having you guys on, having me on here. I appreciate it, and Earl pretty much nailed everything.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's an honor to have you call our show. We're trying to take care of all the local stuff in the area. Dirt racing is pretty prominent, but Wall Stadium, when you mention Wall Stadium, a lot of good racers come out of Wall Stadium. From what I'm hearing about you, Bud, that you're an up and rising star. I mean, you came from the quarter midgets, you've raced down south, and I get to watch that stuff on my TV, and now I have somebody to watch. But it says here that you broke your hand down south?
Yeah, so unfortunately we ran one of the tour races at Orange County in Rougemont, North Carolina, and unfortunately we had a fast car. We were quickest in the 2 practices. After the day before, we were testing for a few hours, and Saturday, we were fastest in practice. I had a little bit of mess up in qualifying, but still qualified second for our first outing in that series. So I mean, it was. We were pumped, and I redrew the pole, and it was a 62 lapper. So I just wanted to just be cautious, keep the tires under it, and be there at the end. So I got around me on the outside. The middle of the top lane is actually the most dominant lane there,
right?
Which is pretty neat. I've never raced on a track like that before,
right?
And whatever, he got out in front of me, caution came out, restarted next to him on the outside. And, it was just a little bit of contact, and his right rear hit my left front and just knocked the wheel out of my hand. And I was along for the ride from there. It was coming out of turn 4, and it just happened so fast that when it knocked the wheel out of my hand, I went to go re-grab it, and before I even knew it, I was in the fence and up and over.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a hard hit, and we spent basically that night Duke University Hospital. They took very good care of me, and they said I got 3 broken bones in my thumb, and it's kind of unfortunate because we were looking forward to the North-South shootout.
Right.
That was a big race on our plan, and obviously Turkey Derby. We were going to bring the car up
right
for Turkey Derby, and just change of plans. But it's all right. We're going to regroup and get ready for next season.
Well, you're young and you'll heal, and you got a hell of a bloodline running through you, my man. You got, your grandfather was a car owner. And then I'm looking at the names on these lists. Wally Dallenbach, he was a crew chief for Wally Dallenbach, and then Tim Ayer and all these names. That bloodline runs deep. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, man. Like Earl said, you drove legend cars. You're into this deal. It's a shame that you're not going to be able to do the Turkey Derby because I think you'd be a force to be reckoned with. I can't wait to go to Wall, and Fred has been to Wall. I haven't been there.
Yeah, I don't think I saw you this year. I was just a couple of trips down, but I'll be looking for you next time I come down.
Yeah, so unfortunately with our busy schedule down south, I mean we ran a few like Earl said, we ran a few select races at Wall, and I think we ran 4 times this year there, and we got 3 seconds and a win.
Wow.
So it was a really good season in our book there as well. And we had a great season. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk down about the unfortunate wreck, but other than that, we had a great season in the 602 car as well. So it's like, this season there was a lot of positives out of it, and we're just gonna take that and move on.
Well, it's part of racing, and I told a young driver before that in our kind of racing, whether it be asphalt or dirt or what have you, you lose more than you win in our kind of racing. You can win 20 races, but you lose 100 of them. You know what I mean? So, and the races that you win, you cherish them so much because they come far and few
that's
between.
what makes them so special.
And that's what makes them so special. So, but from what I'm reading about you and what me and Earl had talked about, you're on your way, pal. And hopefully I'll get a chance to come down the Wall and see you, or if I get down south because my nephew lives down south, I'm going to come up and talk to you, and just remember the name Nick Leach and Fred Fletcher. We're going to come talk to you in person because we really appreciate you calling the show. Keep doing what you're doing, heal up, get well, and go out there and kick some butt, buddy.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I just wanted to say, Nick, I've always seen you at New Egypt. I mean, I'm real close with the Grasso family. I'm real close with Paul Mancini and all them. And, want to, see you eventually and meet you guys because that'll be definitely cool. But also I just want to thank everybody, my Uncle Doug, my dad, and everybody that puts everything together, and Dalton's Precision Machine out in Thomasville, North Carolina, Good Sports USA in Wall, New Jersey, and Van Wickle Napa in Spring Lake, Brick, and Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Thank you guys for bringing me on here.
Oh, no problem.
Thank
Anytime.
you. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome anytime. We appreciate you calling. Thanks, Rye.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you. Got to take a break, Steven? All right, we got to take a break, and when we come back, we got calls waiting.
Yeah.
All righty.
Hi, this is Merrill Reese, and I'm here to announce that the garage is always open. I'm talking about garage beer. Light beer, like it used to be. How refreshing. I believe my good friend Jason Kelsey even described garage beer as beer-flavored beer. There's a guy who knows beer. Find yours at drinkgaragebeer.com. Remember, the garage is always open.
Join host Paul Domowitch and Paul Jalovitz this and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. for the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken. Join the Paws as we'll have a different Eagles alumni guest each week and break down the team's upcoming matchup. It's the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM.
Do you feel the need for speed and are a car racing fan? Then tune in every Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. for the Need for Speed Auto Show, hosted by me, America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher. Everything you want to know about our local tracks and races to the NASCAR scene, as well as our area car shows and cruise nights. Brought to you by Fletcher's Garage in Fairless Hills and heard every Thursday morning at 9:30 on WBCB 1490 AM, 107.3 FM, and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
Everything you wanted to know about funerals and planning but did not know who to ask. Tune in on Mondays to the Galzerano Funeral Home. More than just a funeral home, Louis A. Galzerano III has been serving Bucks County for over 100 years. Family owned and operated by Louis and his wife Carol. Galzerano Funeral Home serves all faiths and nationalities. A full-service funeral home with a full line of cremation options and a crematory on the premises. 2 locations to serve you and your family, one in Bristol and one in Levittown. Call 215-788-2821 or 215-945-8484. Special rates to show our thanks to all servicemen and women as well as the FOP. Galzerano Funeral Home, 215-788-2821 or 215-945-8484.
And we're back here on Wide Open Wednesday. Once again, here are your hosts, Nick Leach and Fred Fletcher.
We're back.
That's right, we're back. And you know what? My buddy Joe Adams is watching. We appreciate Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Lowdown Entertainment. And let me know how bad the buzzing is. I can hear it in my headphones, but if it ain't real bad on the Facebook Live, we're probably going to simulcast this on Lowdown Entertainment. So, Joe, let me know what you're hearing and what's going on. Steve says it ain't too bad, and he's the engineer.
I don't hear it.
So I hear a little bit of it. Steve, what are you hearing? Just a little?
I don't hear much of anything.
You don't hear much of anything. That's what your wife tells me all the time. Fred don't hear nothing. But
I don't listen to them.
all right, we got another call on our line. This is my man Billy Kleinspin. Bill, how you making out, Willie?
Hi, Nick. How are you? Doing pretty good today.
I hear you, man. The weather in November is something else. We could probably drag race right through Christmas, Bill.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're taking the warm weather for an advantage here this weekend. We're going to be having a test and tune at the Grove after a week off due to a successful fall flea market. As I said last week, our spring and fall flea market are usually our 2 biggest fall flea markets in the area. This weekend, on Saturday, we'll be having a test and tune with gates opening at 10:30 on Saturday, with racing beginning at 12 and going till 5 o'clock. Plus, for all of our weekly racers, if you want to come out and get one more hit at the track this year for the Grove, we'll be having a gamblers race, and we look forward to seeing everybody out there on Saturday.
Well, we appreciate that, and then you still got some more events left too, right, Bill?
Yep, that is correct. We're going to, after this Saturday, we're going to be taking a weekend off, and then we're going to be doing another test and tune. Basically, it's going to be the same format as this weekend. More information can be found at MapleGroveRaceway.com. And then that's not it, as we got a bunch of races that are going to be going on in the off-season. You know, there's always 2 seasons in racing. There's race season, and then there's the off-season.
Exactly.
But there's also racing going on during the off-season, and this is a first for us. We did... past couple of years, we did 2 events in the off season. Well, now because of the positive feedback we got on those events, we're going to be doing races every month so people can come out and experience Maple Grove even in the wintertime, so the snowbirds in our area can get that big old racing in the
drag race with snow tires.
Racing.
Yeah,
yep.
Drag race with steel belted snow tires on, Bill. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, see
that.
that.
We're going to be. Yep, we're going to be doing some daily driver races. More information can be found at MapleGroveRaceway.com and in our Facebook page. And then we also have our 2 no prep races in the off-season months as well, with the New Year's event. That's always a real popular event. And then last year we branched out to 2 no prep races in the wintertime in February with the fall ball. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of our great racers and fans coming out and enjoying the winter months with us here at Maple Grove.
Well, Billy, I'm sure I'll be there one time or another, and
me too.
We'll be able to have some hot chocolate or whatever, and we'll do what we do. We appreciate you calling, Bill, and we look forward to having you again next Wednesday, and we'll keep up to speed on MapleGrove.com.
All right, sounds good, guys. See you all next week, and we'll see you all this Saturday at the House of Chaos, Maple Grove Raceway.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep, bye.
All right. Want to do some sponsors, Fred?
Yeah, let's knock out some sponsors.
Yeah. All right. I'll do the first guy. America's Mechanic, Fred Fletcher, Fletcher's Garage. Let me tell you a little secret. If they can't fix it, it's broke. Fletcher's Garage has been serving Bucks County, a trusted auto mechanic, since 2001, but it goes back further than that with Fred's father. He's been working on stuff, all kind of cars. They worked on race cars. His dad worked on Kerry Schloeder's cars. Of course, he's a big Billy Osmond fan. Yeah. I talked to Earl about that today.
Then we got to scrounge it Billy up for our nostalgia.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I told Earl that's going to go in segments. Conveniently located in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. They offer professional mechanical repairs, auto maintenance, outstanding customer service experience, and they are a AAA approved auto repair facility. And they give you a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on all repairs. Trust me, this is where you got to go. Go see America's Mechanic, and you can listen to him tomorrow at 9 o'clock right here on WBCB. And they are located at 480 Hood Boulevard, Fairless Hills, PA. And you can call them at 215-295-4931 or go to www.fletchersgaragepa.com for all your automotive needs. See America's Mechanic, Fred Fletcher.
You want to do Bob's?
Oh, you can do Bob's.
Well, I was going to do Sage.
Yeah, that's all right. You can do both.
Well, let me do Sage first.
Do Sage first.
I was just there last night. And
again?
Yeah.
That's 2 times. How you feel?
Fantastic. I'm telling you. I went there last week, and I told him I was complaining about my shoulders.
Okay.
Now, chiropractor is not just about your back. Everything works together,
right?
From one end to the other.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, the elbow's attached to the knee bone. But I went in there. I was complaining about my shoulders. I couldn't raise them up above, even with my body. Right. And he's like, "Let me check." So he felt around. And he's like, "Oh no, they're just. You don't need a cortisone shot. So you have a partial tear in the right one, but the left one is just a little bit out of place." I'm like, "It doesn't feel out of place." He goes, "Here, check this out." And he pushed it and went back in. I'm like, "Oh wow."
That's pretty crazy.
So now I'm like this. I'm like picking it up. I'm overthrowing things around. So I went, and they straightened out my back. I was 1 3/4 inches off from one side to the other.
Wow.
From one leg to the other. So last night, I went back and he's like, "How you feeling?" I said, "I feel pretty good, especially my shoulders." And he's like, "Well, let me hit you again." So he got it again. My right shoulder wasn't out, but it actually feels a lot better. And he got me even, and my hip was actually out of place. So he straightened all that out. It's not just your back. It's all over. And Mike straightens everything out. So I highly, highly, highly recommend him. We're going to get on a monthly maintenance thing because I'm doing a lot of bending and stretching and stuff with work. And then I told him I need to get in and out of the race car a little easier other than losing some weight. I got to be flexible to get in and out of the race car.
And especially if you're on a rough racetrack.
He says, "We'll do that for you." So we're on a path. So give them a call. They're located at 123 North Sycamore Street, right there in the heart of Newtown.
There you go.
And it's 215-497-0700. And it's you can go on their website, www.sagechiropractic.com. Gives you all their information between him and Carrie. That's his wife. She's also a chiropractor. And together, you can't beat it. Trust them. So
cool.
Now our last one is Bob Drayton. Bob Drayton Incorporated with his Mr. Bob's Porta Potty. And we always say he's been taking crap since 1955.
That's right. That's a lot of crap.
That's a whole lot of crap. So he was on with us last week.
Yep.
It was great. It was great having him on and talking to him about 4-cylinder racing.
Yeah, him and his son.
Yep. Yeah, him and his son racing. And stop out or give them a call if you need any of your porta potties or any kind of septic problems. 609. I'm used to 215. Sorry, 609-859-3629. Get a hold of them. Great community guys. I can attest to that because even before I knew them, we got stuck at our Relay for Life event about 10 years ago, and the people never showed up with porta potties. We called around in an emergency, and they came right out, dropped some off, and actually donated them to us for our fight against cancer. So they are definitely high on my list.
They are number one in the number two business.
There you go. Couldn't send it anybody.
And they're great people. I mean, I've known them for a long time, and they stepped right up to the plate here to sponsor our show. Don't forget, if you want to sponsor our show, It don't cost a whole lot of money to get involved with this. And Fred's been taking it under his wing all by himself. We can't have that happen. Maple Grove helps us out a little bit. Kyle Koretsky and the guys over there. Kyle's working his ass off at the shop now. Our mechanic, of course, Mike, is down with his arm. Tire blew up, kind of like to blow his arm off. He's probably watching now. I fixed the mic so I don't block Fred anymore. Mike, thanks for that. But yeah, I mean we're doing what we're doing, and
the
Sherry,
show is really taking off. And,
yeah.
You know, if we want to take anybody who wants to join us with them, we're getting more and more feedback, positive feedback every week. More and more listeners, more and more followers on our Facebook pages, on our social media stuff, and definitely on the radio show.
Yeah, and Kate does a wonderful job
Yep.
doing what she does for us. She sets up all our notes and does the things for us. Earl Krause helped us out today with the guests that we're going to have on the show. We got some more callers that are going to call in a little later on. Between 5 and 6 is a tough spot because guys are coming home from work. I tried to get Sammy March Jr. to come on, but he's working with his dad and he's getting in late. I talked to his mom. Me and his mom were talking. I said, we need to have a Mothers of Racing show.
There you go.
And I told her, I said, we get you and Leslie Watt. I said, I think if I have you and Leslie Watt, Sammy March, his wife, who is Sammy Jr.'s mom, if them two get on the show, we may have to do that at the studio because if we do it here, we may get the FCC may throw us off. But them two, racing moms are just as important as anybody else. And if you're a racing mom out there, trust me, you're very much appreciated. And but yeah, I mean, the show is taking off. We need to get some sponsors in here. You'll be very well recognized. And yeah, we're going to be at Motorsports where Hot Rod Santa's coming up. We'll talk about that a little later on. But we got to thank Earl Krause for getting us our guests. Kate does what she does. Warren's Wisdom will be coming up this month, and we're going to kick off the Leadfoot Ladies of Racing. That'll be coming up too. So we got to do that too. So and
Kate threw this in here. It's Flag to Flag Solutions.
That's Kate and Warren's deal.
There you go.
Accelerating success from the start to finish. And Warren and Kate have that going. And Fred, you want to read?
They're premier partner in racetrack management and safety solutions for a lot of the local racetracks in our tri-state area. We know them personally. So, with the commitment to excellence and safety, which we can attest to, we provide innovative solutions, expert guidance, and ongoing support to help racetracks thrive while prioritizing the well-being of participants, crew members, officials, fans, and communities. Through collaboration, education, and a relentless commitment to quality, we strive to empower racetracks to achieve their full potential as premier destinations for motorsports enthusiasts. Join us in our mission to elevate the racetrack experience and foster a culture of excellence and responsibility in the racing community. Hey, I think that's us.
Yeah, so it's us. Yep. Right. And Warren and Kate, Warren Olson and Kate Brown. Of course, Kate is one of our producers here. And you can go to Flag to Flag. That's Flag 2. Number 2, Flag Solutions at Gmail if you want to get a hold of them. And a website is coming soon. And you know Warren. Warren's been in the flag stand. Warren's the first guy out of the flag stand if something happens. And yeah, he's on here once a month. And when he comes back, when it's his time to be here for Warren's Wisdom, we're going to talk about Flag to Flag Solutions. I'm sure Kate will be
I know
here
one track that could use their services.
Yeah.
So hopefully they contact.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. So, but while we wait for our couple other callers to call, we can Bridgeport's Dirty Jersey finale. They had that, and I'm sorry we missed that, but we had some things we had to do this weekend. But they said there was a lot of good racing down there. The fast time session number 1, Jordan Thomas outduels the posse down there, and then Kyle Reinhardt, fast timer in session number 2. The 410 sprint cars, this guy, non-winners event, 20 laps, breaks Danner. I want to get him on the show. I know the guy that owns his car. He's just like a natural, just like the rest of these young guns, and he's a youngster too. Brian Spencer won the wingless sprint car feature presented by Victory Fuel. The 4-cylinder feature was won by Eric Degler, presented by Brewer Home Improvements. And then when they went to the Saturday event on the 2nd, the 410 sprints, and Kate has a line on Justin Whittle. He's from Vincenttown, New Jersey. We're going to get him on the show too. Of course, everybody's at the World Finals down in Charlotte. They have the modifieds. They have the World of Outlaws. So that's going to be going on this weekend. The modifieds, Sammy March Jr., not senior, junior. He won $4,000 down there. So that you get to carry that over for the rest of the year. And then you go into motorsports. The four cylinders was won by Phil Levering. And I'll tell you what, it was a pretty good show from what I heard.
Yes. Well, I was busy working in the shop, drinking some garage beer with Mark Yapel as we were going over my car. And Mark was giving me all the pointers and stuff on what to look for in my car. We found a couple of issues, which I've already addressed, tire-wise and setup-wise.
Buddy.
Yeah, so I'm really I was really happy to have Mark over there. It's an honor to have Mark work on my car.
Yeah, Mark's cool. I mean, I've known Mark my whole life, and he knows some secrets, and he doesn't need the computer stuff.
He came out with a little tiny tape measure and some kind of level to check the caster on there. So.
All right, we got another one of Earl's guests that he got for us from Wall Stadium, and his name is Buddy Slode. Buddy, welcome to the show, buddy.
How's it going, guys?
How's it going with you?
It's going pretty well. Warm night.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, right?
Weather.
Usually we're wearing sweatshirts, and I'm sitting in here with shorts on and a T-shirt, and we appreciate you calling the show. Earl got this all set up for us, and we understand that you're a TQ Midget standout. You're a champion this year. So tell us, how was your season this year?
We had a really good year. Started off kind of slow. We changed a bunch of stuff on the car in the off season, but just kept working at it and got the car pretty consistent. And won one race, a little bit less than we like to win, but I'll take anything. And we had a good year. I'm happy with it.
Now, Earl has some comments here. Says you're the leading Wall TQ winner. So
he just told me that.
How about that? Did you know that or no?
I learned that last January when he told me that in an interview.
Okay. Wow. And he said it's 21, and that's leading active TQ driver at Wall. You lead all of them. So now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Trust me, if you heard it from Earl, it's gospel because he knows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I don't question Earl.
No, nobody questions Earl because, trust me, he's done the research and he knows. And that's where
he's earned that.
I'm going off of my notes, and when I first started getting into the announcing deal, he was the guy that I went to learn the do's and don'ts in announcing. He always told me, once you put it out there on the microphone, you can't bring it back. So watch what you say on the microphone. So, but
that's a great point.
Yep, you've had a pretty good career. I mean, you're pretty good. I'm reading all this stuff and I'm like, wow, this guy's pretty good. Now, you've raced at Oswego too?
Yeah, I've raced at Oswego a couple times in the TQs. My wife actually raced super modifieds up there.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Oh man.
Now they put dirt on there, and they let them dirt guys go up there. Have you ever thought about racing dirt?
I raced some dirt in my Legends car and go-kart days.
Okay.
And it went pretty well. It's crazy the difference between asphalt and dirt because you have no practice time on dirt. You get 2 or 3 hot laps and then you got to go.
Exactly. Now they have the big world finals at Charlotte and all that. Now my nephew just moved down south, and he had a wingless sprint car, and they don't have no classes down there for him to run a wingless sprint car. I told him he should get a Legends car and try that, and he's thinking about it. But I know he misses being back home here. But I see your wife runs a super modified. You just said that. That's got to be pretty crazy. You used to both racing. It's got to be pretty cool when you guys go to the racetrack together.
Yeah, it works out a lot better when we're not racing each other. So, for a few years there we raced TQs together. There were some quiet rides home, but no, it's fun. I really enjoy going up to Oswego and just working on the car, and I enjoy crewing as much as I do driving.
Now, is there, besides the Turkey Derby, is there any other things you're going to do at the end of the year? Go down south or anything, or do anything special at the end of the year, bud?
Nah, that's the last thing on my schedule, man. As soon as I can put the race car away, I can get the snowmobiles out.
Well, see, there you go. Snowmobiles are fun too. Yeah. So, then what do you got? What are your plans for next year?
We're going to run the TQ again, the number 36 with Colin Martin. We don't have a final schedule together exactly what we're going to do, but that's our plan so far. I mean, we don't usually start talking about that till January or February.
Right.
So, but we have a handshake deal that when he's done, I'm done, and when I'm done, he's done.
Well, there you go.
It's got that pretty well so far.
We'll be at Motorsports, so come over and see us. That way we get to see you face to face. We appreciate you calling and being with us.
Will.
And yeah, I really appreciate you calling because we had to do this Wall Stadium thing because we done everybody else. We took care of everybody else, and I promised Earl that we would take care of you guys. Fred has been to Wall Stadium and watched the cars run. I haven't had a chance to get there. Of course, I've been at New Egypt for 26 years, so but now we're getting a chance to venture out, and we really appreciate you calling, bud. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
All right, good luck, bud.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks.
Got to take a break, Steven?
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick.
Yeah, we'll take a breather.
And we'll come back.
What was the first U.S. presidential inauguration ever to be photographed? Louis Daguerre was generally credited with inventing the photograph and introduced his daguerreotype in 1839. But while the daguerreotype worked well for still portraits, it was still not ideal for photographing large crowds and events. Back in 1857, while the U.S. Capitol was still under construction, it was John Wood, using a wet plate collodion camera, who first photographed the inauguration of a U.S. president, James Buchanan, our 15th president. Was it worth? In 2016, Sotheby's sold a photograph taken only 4 years later at Abraham Lincoln's first inauguration in 1861 for $27,500. Auctioneer, appraiser, and home downsizing expert Mike Ivankovich hosts What's It Worth? Ask Mike the Appraiser radio show. And you can tune in on Friday mornings on WBCB 1490 or on the internet at WBCB1490.com.
Since 1991, the Great American Pub in Conshohocken has been offering an authentic and memorable experience for guests looking to dine in or enjoy the bar and nightlife. Located at 123 Fayette Street in Conshohocken, the Great American Pub has all your craft beer selections and some of the best food options anywhere. While you're there trying their buffalo chicken spring rolls or Maryland crab cakes, enjoy your favorite sporting events on their numerous televisions surrounding the bar. Visit them at 123 Fayette Street in Conshohocken or learn more online at thegreatamericanpub.com. Serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer counties since 1957, WBCB can help your business grow. If you want to gain more exposure locally, contact us at 215-949-3232. That's 215-949-3232. Or contact Matt at WBCB1490.com. That's Matt at WBCB1490.com. WBCB Radio. Here today, here yesterday, and here tomorrow. Now on 107.3 FM as well as 1490 AM. A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
And we're back here with another episode of Wide Open Wednesday. Once again, here are your hosts, Nick Leach and Fred Fletcher.
Johnny Longhots. That's Steve's space.
I got Italian hot dog pizza at the Berg last night.
Did you?
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
See, there you go. Well, you can't mention all that stuff in front of a fat guy. What's wrong with you two? Now you're going to have to take me out to dinner, Fred. All right, there was a Mid-Atlantic Championship weekend down there at Georgetown Speedway. I watched that on TV. It was nice and warm at my house. The Delaware Charger featured 12 laps. Jeff Merriman won that from Pocomoke, Maryland. Delaware Super Truck featured 12 laps. Robert Smith of Delmar, Delaware. Southern Delaware Vintage Stock Car feature 15 laps. Kerry King. Small Block Modified feature 30 laps. Alex Yankowski. And
one of my favorites.
Got to get him on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then Saturday, day 2, Delaware Super Truck feature, Robert Smith of Delmar. He doubled up. And then the Distillery Delmar Phoebes Distillery Charger feature 12 laps, Ron Falker. Millman's Napa Auto Parts Short Track Super Series Modified feature, Stuart Friesen from Sprakers, New York. Stockley Speed and Supply Super Late Model feature was won by Rick Eckert. And then the Little Lincoln feature was won by Eric Reed. The Blue Hen Disposed Super Track Short Track Super Series Crate 602 Sportsman feature was Jesse Herthler. That must have been after I went to sleep. First State Chevrolet late model feature was won by Matt Hill. And then, of course, we have the champions for the South region was Alex Jankowski. I'll get it out. And then Matt Shepard, of course, was the overall champion, the Ollie's overall champion. Georgetown Speedway Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modified champion. Ryan go down for another year. And then the 602 Sportsman Belmont's Garage South region champion, Logan Watt. So they crowned their champions down there. And I'll tell you, it's been a heck of a year. Can't wait for next year. Man, if we knew the weather was going to stay like this, tracks probably wouldn't have closed. I always say you start March and April are crazy months. You start the end of April and try to go right through October to November. So, but November has a big event coming up for you, Fred.
Oh yeah, Hot Rod Santa at the very last day of November, November 30th, from 11 or 10 till 3. Then we just have a total ball. Bring a new unwrapped toy. The box is open now. You can bring them by now, but we really want to see you on Hot Rod Santa Day. We'll have Santa Claus there getting pictures. Mrs. Claus will be there getting pictures on any hot rod race cars. We got a bunch lined up. The fire truck from the fire company, Fairless Hills 31. Want to thank them for always offering up their trucks.
Cool.
The Disciples of Christ Ministry, motorcycle ministry, they'll be out there with hot dogs and spiritual whatever, and you can go over there and have a say with them, and they're always a great time too. Great guys. Plus,
awesome.
Again, bring a toy. We're going to have a live broadcast for WBCB.
I'll get you on the air.
Foxwell will be with me, and we're going to just have a good time. That'll go from 10 to 12.
Cool.
So we're going to, just so everybody mark that day down and come on out to Hot Rod Santa.
Definitely.
There'll be like 35, 40 cars out there without even blinking.
And Fred's going to do hot laps around the pool across the street.
Yeah. Well, maybe with my tea bucket.
Don't forget, if you come to Hot Rod Santa,
we're gonna have a table set.
We're gonna have a table set up. You can get this.
Nice.
You can buy this, and you can put Fred Fletcher on your back.
I got hats coming. I got some beer cozies.
He's got
can cozies.
Got any Steins coming?
No, not Steins yet. I haven't found any.
All right, we'll find that site for that. But what a cool shirt! Nice maroon and pink. I love it.
Yeah.
My wife's probably going. Next
give you
time
one,
you go to Fred's, you'll get one.
Be at my place.
Anyhow, we got a caller. Who we got?
Andrew Krause.
Andrew Krause.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The master.
The master of going faster at Wall Stadium. Andrew, how are you, my friend?
Yes, sir. You guys got me.
I haven't talked to you in a long time. The last time I talked to you, you were driving a dirt car at New Egypt.
Yeah, it's been certainly a minute or two, that's for sure. Always got the itch to go back when I get a chance, but we got our fun here at Wall Stadium, that's for sure.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of interviewing you at the beginning of the season down at Wall, right at your trailer. Earl brought me over.
Yeah, that's Fred, right? Yeah, good to hear from you again. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got a few minutes earlier in the season. That was good to see you guys come down there. Yeah, pretty much every Saturday all summer long. We're plugging down there, so hopefully. Get to see you guys, hopefully maybe out for Turkey Derby if it's not too bad weather-wise. I don't know if you could make the trip down there or not.
It's not that far from us, but Friday, but Saturday, like I said, I got Hot Rod Santa, so I'm not going to make Saturday. But I am planning on coming down Friday afternoon.
Oh, very cool, okay. Awesome.
Now, everybody knows who your dad was, okay? Your dad was just one of them special guys that loved racing and loved doing what he's doing. I met him at New Egypt a few times, and you would never know that your dad was the person he was, the way he was with racing and taking care of people. I mean, I've watched Rick Laubach drove for him, Steve Botcher drove for him, and of course, the Supreme name, we all know where that comes from. He is definitely sadly missed around the racing world because of the person he was, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree with you because you have the same stuff instilled in you, and you're doing a hell of a job at Wall Stadium. Your family's doing a hell of a job. I appreciate you keeping that place alive and doing what you're doing there. Of course, I'm a New Egypt guy, doing the dirt stuff and all that, but racing's racing, no matter what kind it is, whether it be straight, drag strip, asphalt, dirt. Racing is racing, and what your family has done for Wall Stadium, they need to be commended. You need to be commended. But yeah, you're really doing a heck of a job. You won another championship. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, well, a lot to unpack there, but I do appreciate it. First and foremost, yeah, of course. Racing has always been something. Not that I'd like to say it's generational. My dad had cars long before me and my sister were born, and he had driven himself. And when my sister was born, her being the oldest child, my mom pretty much gave him the ultimatum: either you keep racing and risking your life, or you take care of these kids. So
right, exactly.
He hung the helmet up and became a dad to the best dad I could ever ask for me and my sister. And as we got older, kind of introduced us to that whole world, and the rest is history. Where we first started with dirt racing, I said, Stevie Botcher and Laubach. We won a few big block championships with both of them, and continued out throughout the years, and until we stumbled upon Wall Stadium one day, and that became our new home. So we love it. It's just it's an awesome place. It's a unique place. And it keeps racing alive in New Jersey here. Asphalt racing, last track around anywhere. So,
absolutely.
We just love the atmosphere that it brings. So, I got to commend my mom and sister, for running that place and as much help as I can give and do support and everything. But yeah, we had quite an awesome season. We wound up with I think 6 wins at the end of the year there, just going into the last night. We were down on points, but in racing, you once that green flag drops, you could put everything on paper, you could have a game plan in your head, but you just never know how things are going to go. And
exactly.
Fortunately, the cards just kind of laid down in our favor on that one. Didn't expect it, but appreciate it, loved it, every minute of it, and I just have awesome people around, and it's just something that we're real passionate about. Just trying to keep racing alive and keep putting on one heck of a show every single Saturday. Keep it going.
Now they have a race for your dad, and you have won that, and that's got to be one that you mark on your calendar. It's got to be sentimental for you, and you have won that 3 times. And I mean, and it's got to be cool to pull in Victor Lane, knowing that your dad's smiling at you, knowing that you won a race in honor of him. I mean, who better than honor a race and win a race for your dad? Your dad was an exceptional man. I'll say it again. He was a good guy. He was one of them guys that you look at him and go, wow, that's Cliff Krause. He doesn't say too much, you know what I mean? But if you pissed him off...
no, I appreciate that.
If you pissed him off, that would be a little different.
That's for sure. No, I mean he had a big heart. He was never one to to absorb the spotlight. He was not that guy who wanted all the attention. Everything brought around him. He was very content with just being on the side, staying off and letting everybody else run the show. But he had the smarts and the capabilities to put together, the right pieces and the right time to make things happen. And a lot of that is something, I've learned throughout, necessarily my racing career, now, my business career and everything, just learning in his footsteps. And even to this day, it's like, there's those moments where I'm like, okay, that's why he did that, or that's what he meant. It's just, there's always those times where you can reflect. And a lot of that is the positive energy that continues to move us forward. It's just something we were brought up and raised with, and something that I think this world needs a little bit more of. Just that positive attitude and just that way of seeing a problem or a situation where you can make it better and push for a better a better racetrack or a better whatever it be. So that's just kind of how we look at it, and something that keeps us driving forward.
Well,
I will say, being as an educated fan, and I've been down the wall 3 or 4 times this year. It's always a great experience. I mean, I love being around racing no matter which track, but something about wall is special. The way that it's set up, the hospitality that you guys provide us, and the fans, and the food is phenomenal. If you speaking of food, and but the whole track experience.
No, yeah, we take pride in our food. You know, my mom, you know, has her unique touches on the kitchen and everything, and there's a reason why. You know, she just likes to take care of that, and it's always something that's kind of one of the things we looked at. You know, from a standpoint and said, how can we build a better show? It's like people want to see, on a Saturday night, it's like we want to be able to welcome the families there, offer not just a good show, but a good, good food, that safety of bringing your family, let the kids run around, have, being able to watch the races, just being that welcoming atmosphere. And
you guys do a great job of that. And, I was watching
that's where
Emily
I think the
running
future
around.
lies, it is.
Go ahead.
No. So just that just to that point. We do try to be as welcoming as we can, and like you said, it is a unique track. I mean, we have 30-degree banking at that place for an asphalt track, which I have yet to beat to too many other tracks, if any, that can compete with the radical setup that we have. I mean, it's just outrageous. I mean, we used to do the on-track parties down on the track. And you used to stand down there and laugh as all the first-time people at the track would start walking down, because you don't realize actually how banked that place is. I mean, it's 30 degrees. I mean, it is like walking up a wall. I mean, it is crazy how much embankment and what that does, and it allows us to put on a unique show. I mean, our corner speeds, our speeds in general around that place are pretty wild. So it allows us to put a different spin on the asphalt racing that everybody's used to seeing.
Yeah. So well, I want to thank you for inviting us down there when Craig and I have gone down, and I've gone down by myself and have been with Earl and watching taking in the whole experience. I walk around and I see how happy everybody is there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't always please everybody, but we try. We really do. At the end of the day, there's always those stipulations and everything, but we try to make it as welcoming as we can, and just build it a track for the racers, because at the end of the day, that's who supports us, and that's who we appeal to.
I don't know what goes on all behind the scenes, but from sitting in the stands and looking around, you guys really do a heck of a job, and nobody really realizes. Nobody really realizes how easy it is to get down there too. It's like from this area. 195 East.
Yep.
And you go all the way down to Route 34. You get off the jug handle, because it is Jersey.
That's it.
Then you take the next jug handle, and you're in the parking lot.
Yep. Well, tell your mom and your sister to keep up the good work.
Yes.
I will make my way down there sooner or later.
I will drag him down next
and
year.
I'll come up there and I'll talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, we're coming up on our big season. Well, I guess our season's over, but our big finale for racing this year. Turkey Derby at the end of the month here. So I mean, we're going to pack on a great show on Friday, Saturday. Hope see you guys. If not, hopefully see you soon.
All right.
Andrew, thanks for calling. We appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care now.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Yep.
So we got another caller, or
No, you're good.
that was a sales call?
Yeah.
That was a sales call. Did you make any sales?
Did you pay the Pico bill?
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Papa Clay Butler.
There you go.
He's the pit steward at New Egypt. I think he had a problem with his hip. I think he got a hip replacement. Now, anybody that knows Papa Clay, he's down there in the pit shack. He takes care of lining up the cars and putting the lineups on the chalkboard. I've known Clay for a long time. You won't find anybody better. I mean, his kids are great, and he's great, and just get well soon. You got all winter to heal up, Clay. I know you're not one for sitting still, but get better and get back to the track where you belong, okay, buddy? And just take care of yourself. So, I talked to him a little earlier before he got here, and I promised him a shout out. So, cool. But I mean, Hot Rod Santa's coming up.
Very, very big deal. Anybody who wants to bring their cars up, bring them over. I know that Dom Antonelli's going to bring his 4-cylinder car up, or what's left of it. That's for you, Tom.
Give Fred a call if you want to get involved in Hot Rod Santa. Just give Fletcher's Garage a call.
Glenn McIntyre will be there with his car.
Kelly will forward the stuff to Fred, and you can get involved. If you want to sponsor our show, you're more than welcome to do that. Whatever you want to get involved with here, you want to buy a Fred Fletcher T-shirt, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So, but
I promise I'll try to keep it all in one piece next year. Maybe I'll get a flag. We'll see.
Yeah, but we're gonna,
I'm out for more
we're
fun
gonna have the
than
car at Motorsports. You can get your picture taken with the car. We'll let the kids sit in the car. We're gonna have our booth there, and we're gonna be interviewing drivers and doing all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, we're doing what we're doing. The studio's gonna be open soon. We're gonna have some nostalgia stuff with Earl.
And Craig, now that the election's over, Craig's back from CBS, and we'll be cranking it over in the studio.
Yeah, and there, a lot of people are happy today. A lot of people are sad. Whichever way it goes, whatever. As long as the country moves forward, and hopefully it will. The economy will get better.
It won't affect racing either way.
We just got to, and it ain't going to affect us because we got to get up tomorrow and go to work.
Yep.
So, and unless one of them characters that becomes president says you don't have to work no more, then I'll be following around. You know what I mean? But we still all got to work. We still all got to do what we got to do. But hopefully it'll get a little easier.
Yep.
I mean it's. This show is really cool. I like coming in here in the studio. Hopefully there wasn't too much buzz on our Facebook Live. I see Pete's watching, so he must have got back from work late, so he didn't call in. But
thanks, Pete.
But Pete,
thanks for watching at least.
Thanks for watching, anyhow, Pete. We've been talking for 10 minutes, and I seen your smiling face up there. Matt, you could call too. Matt has my door over there, so you can drop that off at Fletcher's, Matt, and then I'll get it from Fred if that makes it easier for you. So, but yeah, we're going to try and get Sammy March Jr. on here, Jason Whittle, Kate's lining that up. We got a couple other people lined up. Really appreciate her all getting the guys from Wall Stadium
awesome.
to come on here for us. We really appreciate that. We appreciate Stone Cold over here, the engineer, taking care of all the stuff for us. Kate Brown, Warren Holston, everybody involved. My buddy Fred here, and
my buddy Nick there.
Yeah, my better half over here, trying to stay out of trouble. But the weather is great. I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be nice again. Or are we supposed to get showers or something tomorrow?
I think there's some showers tomorrow, we need it. So
we got to thank Lowdown Entertainment. We're trying to work this thing out now that we got this buzzing thing taken care of. Hopefully, we can do some simulcast with Lowdown Entertainment. We got to thank Joe Adams and Bear Slosser. And Warren's Wisdom will be coming up, and Leadfoot Ladies of Racing. We'll be kicking that off. We'll have some girls that drive race cars on our show. That'll make it easier on the eyes instead of having to look at this guy the whole time. Maybe we'll get a couple girls in the studio and talk to them. But Fred's a big Heidi Hedden fan, so I talked to her. I talked to Addie Delaponte. She's up for it. Corey Fleming's wife's up for it. All the girls are up for it. So that's going to be a cool deal.
I'm going on a stretch, but been swapping Facebook messages with Shirley Muldowney. So,
there you go.
I'm gonna hit her up to see if she'll come on.
Well, that would be cool.
Yeah.
We could get her. I would love to get Jasmine Salinas, but she's so busy, and we're trying to get Kaylee Bryson, and Kate was supposed to do that. So, but Bear has a thing with Kaylee, and so does Joe Adams. So we're definitely going to try and make that happen in the wintertime because they're so busy during the season.
We're going to keep this going all winter long because we want to keep racing in the forefront.
Yep.
There's like we said earlier, there's 2 seasons: racing season and waiting for racing season.
That's right.
So, that's it.
It's like there's 2 kind of music: country and western. Okay, Foxwell will love that. So. There's only 2 kind of music: country and western.
And I'll be on tomorrow from 9 to 9:30 with Under the Hood, and then from 9:30 to 10 with Need for Speed, which will continue what we're doing today.
All right, guys, it's been wonderful.
Yep, thank you.
And we ran out of time. I'll end this Facebook deal, and thanks for everybody calling us and being with us today. Thank my buddy Fred.
Thank you,
my
Nick.
buddy Stone Cold, and we'll see you next week.
This is Sal Angeletti asking you to join me and the boys every Monday night from 5 to 6 p.m. for Talking Baseball with Sal Angeletti. We will have special guests each week and a breakdown of all things Major League Baseball and other sports. To watch the show, visit Talking Baseball Live with Sal Angeletti on YouTube or this and every Monday on 107.3 FM, 1490 AM, and throughout the world at www.bcb1490.com. That's me.